Welcome to Transport Vlog. My name is Paul and this video is all about a 10-day track work possession that happened on Sydney Harbour Bridge at the beginning of 2021. The line between North Sydney and Wynyard was closed from the 1st of January to the 10th of January to allow this work to take place. I'll start by showing you what the tracks looked like beforehand. I'll then show you some of the track work that took place during that possession. You'll see a plethora of buses replacing the train service, and I'll also show you what the trains were doing at the North Sydney end to reverse. And of course I'll show you what the tracks looked like after the work had taken place. Now on the 1st of September this channel reached 2,000 YouTube subscribers, so I just want to say a really big thank you for all your support, for taking the time to watch these videos and comment on them. It's really great to see this channel doing so well. This is how the northbound track looked in late December, shortly before this work took place.
Next stop, Wynyard, Sydney Harbour Bridge Trackwork will affect trains on most lines from the 1st of January until the 10th of January. Buses replace all trains between North Sydney and Wynyard. Plan ahead at transportnsw.info.
I thought I'd include that train announcement for you. The majority of this track work seemed to be on the northbound line only. This track work was described as being something that only happens once in a generation. The section of track that you see here changed a lot once the track work had been completed. The closure of this line reduced capacity significantly, especially at peak times, resulting in quite significant changes to the train service on many other lines. As this train gets closer to the Wynyard tunnel, you can see on the left of the track here that the ballast is already ready to be laid. This footage is taken from a bus on the 3rd of January, so 3 days into the possession. I've slowed this down to half speed so you can see what's happening more clearly. Look out for the two Class 81 locomotives, something you would not normally see on the Harbour Bridge. I reckon there were probably between 100 and 200 people working on this at any one time. Now coming onto the Harbour Bridge itself. As you'll see shortly when I show you how it looked when it had all been completed, most of the actual work happened on the south and north sides of the bridge rather than the bridge itself. So now on the approach to Milsons Point Station, lots of work happening here as well. If you look closely you can see that all the work seems to be happening on the northbound line. Now this is the evening peak in North Sydney where hundreds of buses are replacing the train service. This track work was planned for early January because at this time a lot of people are still on holiday. However, January 2021 was not a normal January because there'd been a COVID-19 outbreak in the northern beaches of Sydney, and as a result of that all the other states and territories had closed their borders to New South Wales, which meant that many people's holiday plans were cancelled, including mine. I was meant to be in Perth, so this video probably wouldn't have happened in normal circumstances. This first bus is going to Wynyard. Here's another one, also going to Wynyard. And here's another one, this is the normal 200 bus. And another one, also going to Wynyard. And they keep coming. This one also going to Wynyard. This one, Circular Quay, that's a bit different. And this one going to Town Hall. Here are some of these buses again, all queuing up to get onto the freeway. Here's another queue of buses forming here, also waiting to get onto the freeway. Also, this COVID outbreak meant that many people were working from home, so many of these buses were very empty. This was quite a treat for bus enthusiasts, with buses from all over Sydney and further afield as well. If you're watching this and you know your buses, feel free to leave a comment below and let me know what some of these bus types are. I never let a bit of rain stop me from capturing interesting and newsworthy developments in the Sydney transport system. If you want to see more of me filming in the rain, then check out my Chats with Dive site new northbound line video. I'll put a link to that in the description below. So now getting away from the hustle and bustle of North Sydney, this is taken from Bank Street, looking towards Waverton Station. During this time, trains from the north were terminating at North Sydney Station using platforms 1 and 2 only. This meant some interesting junction manoeuvrings, including this one from platform 2 to the down northbound line. Let's see this one in action. As the rear of this Waratah train passes this Class 81 locomotive, notice how the front of the train is now crossing over to the down shoreline. And now the rear of the train is crossing over as well. When you look more closely at this track diagram, you'll realise that trains coming into North Sydney from the offshore line cannot access platforms 3 or 4. So that now explains why only platforms 1 and 2 were being used. Getting across to the downshore line from platform 1 is even more interesting, so let's take a look at that now. Notice the orange aspects on the 2 signals on the right, and notice that the point is set to allow this train to go from the up line, that's the line on the right, to the number 2 tunnel line, which is the line next to it on the left. Here it comes. Now look and listen closely as the point closest to this bridge changes. There you go, now ready for the next train coming into platform 1. So it's now the 14th of January and the line has reopened. Let's see what it looks like now. So it looks like the northbound line has some new ballast and has possibly been replaced, but this is where it really changes. The track bed has been replaced with a brand new slab of concrete, as you can see here, and all the tracks and sleepers, including the check rails, have all been replaced as well. Now on the bridge, and it doesn't look like much has actually changed. I'll show some before and after shots in a moment. Now leaving the Harbour Bridge, the new northbound line makeover starts here. So in the same way as on the north side, there's a brand new slab of concrete and then new rails, including the check rails and new sleepers. And the new section finishes just here. So here are the before and after shots. This is approaching the bridge on the north side before the work took place. So you can see the new concrete track bed and the concrete sleepers and the 4 rails. Here is a closer look. So on the bridge itself, it doesn't look like very much has changed. Maybe this will be done another time, which means I can do a sequel to this video. This is how the track looked on the south side of the bridge before, and here is how it looks after. Here is another before shot, this time at the location where the new track ends. And this is how it looks afterwards. Here's the view of the southbound line on a train going north shortly after this track work was completed, and as I mentioned earlier in this video, it doesn't look like anything really happened on this line, as you can see here. This is on the north side of the bridge. Again, it looks like nothing has changed. So I guess we might see more possessions in January in future years to allow this work to take place. So let's finish with a couple of trains on the Harbour Bridge. This first one is a 4-car set. Now, it could be a Tangara, but it's unusual for them to run as single 4-car sets. It could also be an Oscar, but again, fairly unusual to see them on the North Shore line at a weekend and also as a 4-car set. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Coming in the other direction now is a Waratah Series 1 train. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and do leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what you think. If you have any questions, leave those below as well, and I'll do my best to answer them. If you haven't already subscribed to the Transport Vlog YouTube channel, then please do, and also click the notification bell. That way you will always be notified whenever I release future videos. Transport Vlog is now on Twitter. To follow me, go to twitter.com/transportvlog or click the link in the description. Just before I wrap up, notice the ferry coming into view now. This is an Emerald class ferry and it's at Milsons Point Wharf. Stay safe, keep smiling, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.